Hi everybody, Craig here. Welcome back to the Battle for Wesnoth, and in this campaign we are playing A Tale of Two Brothers. In our last episode, which was Scenario 1 of the campaign, we met up with our brother, Baran, and of course we're playing as Arvith the Knight. We met up with our brother and we helped out our hometown of Magar. It was besieged by the Dark Mage Mordak. We were able to slay Mordak, but in the chaos of battle, our brother was kidnapped, and now we need to go figure out what happened to him. So we're right at the end of our previous episode here. We slayed Mordak right here. So let's end this scenario and move to Scenario 2. Arvith and his band rode north in search of his missing brother. Excerpt from the Journal of Arvith of Magar. We've been searching 3 days for Baran and turned up nothing. My best hunch was to head north into the borderlands where the necromancer's minions could safely hide. Everywhere else is more farmland. At first I thought the search might be useless, but late in the first day we found a set of tracks. Some of them had been made by skeletal feet. We're close enough to be certain now. Those tracks are heading into the Grey Woods. No one from Magar or any of the other villages has gone into that forest in living memory. Stories have been passed down for generations warning against it. Supposedly the place is haunted by lost souls who hunger for the living, and anyone who dies there is doomed to join them. But I'm past superstitions now. I've seen enough of the world to guess the truth behind these sorts of tales. The forest is home to elves, unfriendly ones, if the stories have any basis at all. I worry for my men. Horses don't fight well in forests, and the elves will be more dangerous in their own territory. But there are things that need done, and questions that need answered. Something bigger is happening. One necromancer terrorizing townsfolk is nothing new, but why didn't his servants scatter when he was killed? Where are they headed now? And most importantly, why did they take Baran with them? Besides, I want my brother back. Come on, men. A stroll through such lovely green woods. What could be finer? You there. Halt and explain yourself. We're chasing after some men who kidnapped my brother. Those men told me their prisoner had attempted to murder their master and warned that evil men would follow him. Advance no further or you will die. So much for those ghost stories. Mere elves will not stop me from freeing Baran. I am glad at least that we will not have to face ghosts, but those elves will have us at a disadvantage. Our horses will not maneuver well in the trees. Bah, just stay on the paths. Our spearmen and bowmen can fight in the deeper woods. We have faced and won through greater perils than those amateurs can offer. Okay, so here we are, Scenario 2, The Chase. Our victory condition is to fight our way through the woods before the kidnappers escape, and it looks like we have 24 turns to do that. Our defeat conditions are either the death of Arvith, or if our turns run out, and again, we have 24 turns. Once again, we have gold carryover, so we are incentivized to try to finish quickly so that we can carry over additional gold to the next scenario. Okay, so here we are. Now, let's take a look. From our last scenario, you can see that we've carried over quite a lot of gold. So we're actually starting off with a very, very large amount of gold, which is going to be needed as we're up against some tough customers here. So it looks like we're going to be fighting against elves. Now, if I remember correctly, elves are going to be... let's just see if we can kind of learn a bit more about them. They're going to have advantages when they fight in the woods, like in the trees. But in terms of their resistances, because this is this example here is an Elvish Rider who's mounted, he's going to be weak to pierce damage. So this is where we're going to want to use our pikemen, and our cavalry with their spears would also be useful. And let's see, terrain. You can see that in a forest they have 60% defense, so We really want to avoid fighting them in the forest if at all possible, but I think that's going to be somewhat, unavoidable, that we're just going to have to do it. Also important to note here that the elves are neutral, meaning that they're not going to basically be benefiting or suffering any kind of penalties regardless of the time period. So we're going to want to fight them during the day, but we're not necessarily going to have them having a massive advantage at any particular time, which is kind of good for us. So now that we're into the second scenario of this campaign, we can actually recall units from the previous scenario that have gained experience. And you can see here that Tarek the Horseman is an example of that. He has 13 experience, and he's one of our loyal troops from the last scenario. That means he requires no upkeep. So again, we have a ton of gold. So let's start recruiting some troops here. So we are going to want to, so you can see we could recruit new units if we wanted, but we can recall our previous units. Now, one thing to note is that recalling a previous unit is going to probably be a little bit more expensive than recruiting a unit fresh. Although in the case of a horseman, it's actually only 20 gold to recall a horseman, whereas to actually recruit one is 23. So we save some gold on horsemen, but we lose some gold rather than recruiting a new unit, which is only 14 for one of the infantry units, whereas if we're going to recall, you can see that it's 20. So the benefit, though, is that we're recalling units that have a ton of experience and may actually be able to become promoted and then evolve. So let's see. I think we're going to want to bring our horsemen back. So we will recall our horsemen there. And then we want to try and capture some of these villages. So let's recall maybe one of our footpads here. That's going to be good. So we'll recall there. Let's see. We can also recall... We definitely want to recall this spearman who has a lot of experience. So let's recall him. And then I think we're just going to spend most of our gold here. Again, we have a lot of really, really powerful units. We'll bring this footpad back as well. I think we'll bring him back kind of on this side. Oops, I don't want to recruit. I want to recall. So we'll bring Tillock here. And then same story over here. We'll bring another spearman. I think we're going to just fill this right up with units if we can. So let's recall a few more. We'll bring back a couple of our bowmen. Maybe we'll bring our bowman and our footpad, who are both loyal, save us a little bit of gold here. So we'll bring our bowman, and we'll also bring our footpad. All right, so we've got ourselves an army. Now, we do have a horseman here who we could send in to perhaps capture one of these villages. Alternatively, we could just head right into battle here. You can see that we do quite a lot of damage, and again, our piercing damage is going to be useful against mounted units. So we could just ride straight into battle, and we're not going to have many opportunities where these units aren't in the woods. So you know what? I think I might actually do that. Let's see if we can get lucky here. Nice, we got a hit. Oh, fantastic, we got the kill. Okay, that's honestly the best outcome we could have hoped for. And we've actually freed up another slot here, so let's recall one more unit. I think I'll recall one of my loyal spearmen. And that, again, is because they're not going to cost us upkeep. So we will recall another spearman. And that's going to do it for our turn. But before we end the turn, let's just pan up. So we've basically got more or less a linear map here. You can see we start off with one village. So it'd be nice to capture more to increase our gold income. And unfortunately, we're up against some of these units are actually level 2 units. So you can see here, this is a level 2 unit who is basically like a promoted unit. So an Elvish hero. If we click here, an Elvish hero is kind of like it has pretty good melee and also pretty decent ranged attack. So kind of a jack of all trades sort of infantry unit. Going to be very, very difficult to fight. So no real weaknesses in regards to the resistance aside from arcane. And of course, if they get into the forest, they're going to have 60% defense. So we've got to watch out for those units. And lots of other cavalry here. Now, the one thing, and you can see this, so the enemy leader is a level 2 horse unit. But what's interesting about this fort here is that he can only summon one unit per turn or recruit one unit per turn because he's only got one tile in his little castle. So even though he's got a ton of gold income, you can see here that he owns pretty much all these villages. So he's going to out income me for quite a while, but he can only summon 1 unit per turn, so that's going to be kind of to our advantage. So we want to try and capture these villages and move up as quickly as possible here. So let's end our turn, and we'll see what he does. Yeah, so there, he summoned the 1 unit that he can per turn. Okay, ooh, and the heroes come down to attack us. Ouch! Geez, our footpad took a bit of a beating there. Now, thankfully, the elven hero there is basically exposed because he's not in the forest, so we can kind of gang up on him with all of our units, try to kill him off, hopefully give one of our units a big XP boost when they kill him. I should say a big experience boost. Oh, and there's some units coming out of the area up there. Okay, so it is now nighttime, which means that our chaotic units, which is our footpads here, are going to be at an advantage, whereas our lawful units are going to be at a disadvantage. Interesting to note as well that there's also I guess this is kind of like an ent here, a woes. So this is a tree creature that is, I guess, kind of in league with the elves right now. So quite resistant to pierce damage, very weak to fire damage and arcane damage. Unfortunately, we don't really have any magic, so we're just going to have to try and put work in with basically our blades. I guess blades 0%, so if we have blade damage, we can go in there and put some work in. So, but again, something we have to watch out for. And what's interesting here is that this unit also regenerates, which basically means the unit will heal itself 8 health points per turn. And if it's poisoned, it will remove the poison instead of healing. So basically, this unit acts like it's on a village every turn. I imagine if you were to put it on a village, it might actually double the healing, but I don't know for sure. Okay, so we want to take on this Elvish hero, but of course, the hero's going to be quite formidable as it is a tier 2 unit. So perhaps what we might want to do... Oh, I'm very tempted to go up and just capture this village. I think I'll do that. Okay, and then let's start ganging up on this guy here so we can bring in our archer. So we want to engage in range combat where possible because the amount of damage that this hero does is less than in melee, where you can see he gets 9 damage on 4 attacks. So he does a lot of attacks, which we have to watch out for. So let's try our bow out. Nice, we did a bit. Very nice. Okay, we took some damage, but we were able to inflict a fairly reasonable amount of hits on him. Let's see, we can bring one of our footpads up, perhaps. Yeah, let's do this. And I think, once again, we're going to use our... Oh, yeah, definitely. Look at that. 12 damage on 4 attacks. We're definitely going to go for a ranged hit here. Nice, 1. Ooh, and unfortunately, we took 1. Our spearman here could fight in melee, which we might want to do. But, again, we really want to whittle down the health here if we can. So, let's try out maybe our horseman here. Oh, yeah, 15 damage if we connect. But look at this. 14 damage times 4, so we might actually want to not do that. I think that would be not so ideal. Boy, this is kind of a tough call here. Now, as for our footpad here, we can probably keep doing range damage. I'm a little concerned. I kind of want to get this guy over to a village and heal up, but I think we'll be fine. What kind of movement does this unit have? I think we'll be okay. So let's try it. Nice. Okay, nice. And we dodged the hits and we did a little bit of damage. That's exactly what we wanted. If our spearmen come in... Again, we just kind of got to throw everything we've got at this guy to kill him because he's so strong. We could even use Arvith if we really wanted and go for a lance attack. This is kind of an all or nothing. You really got to try and make the hit, or else you're going to suffer some massive damage there. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to... Oh, this is kind of a tough call. I think what we'll do is we'll move this pikeman, or spearman, I should say, over like this. I'm going to do this attack here. Ouch. Ouch. Ooh, we might lose this guy now. That's really a shame. Maybe I should have used the one that had less experience. So now what I'd like to do is actually move up like this And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to recruit a few extra units here. So I'll recall... Actually, you know what? Maybe I'll just recruit a new unit. I could recruit another horseman. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, we'll recruit a horseman. Then what we're going to do is we're going to step our hero up and actually go for some big hit here. Let's see. If we hit once, we're going to get the kill. So let's try it. Perfect. Okay. So that takes care of that unit. Thank goodness, because obviously very dangerous. Okay, so that takes care of that situation. Now, do we want our horsemen... We could send our horsemen over to grab the village, which wouldn't be so bad. Again, I suspect this unit's going to come under attack, so we might want to try to kind of guard him a little bit. We can park a unit kind of right here. Actually, you know what? We can park it right there. He's still going to be able to come under attack like this, but... And then, you know, we could put our horsemen here just as a protection. Yeah, let's do that. Meanwhile, we'll send this horseman over just to grab this village. And I think that's going to do it for our turn. So, yeah, I kind of like that. I think that's going to work. So, we'll end it right there. And again, we're going to have to kind of just deal with this onslaught of units coming at us. And once we've kind of been able to kill off a few of them, we can try and break out and push north. Nice. Okay, dodge that. What's really tricky about these Elvish horsemen is that they have ranged attacks, which is pretty dangerous for me. And my horsemen, of course, don't have a ranged attack, so they're going to be vulnerable to that. So we really have to try to be really careful. And of course, when they're in the forest, we're at a disadvantage. So we want to try and draw them into the open area where they're going to fight, rather than in the woods where they have higher defense. Thankfully, all the units he's creating and building are just level 1, so there is another level 2 unit right there, but I think we can hold out against the largely level 1 units coming at me. All right, so we've got... Nice, so this one is in the open and this one is in the open. I think we're probably going to use Arvith again here in battle. And again, we're fighting at night, which really isn't ideal except for my foot pads. But of course, they're in kind of rough shape here, so... This one is in the woods, so it's a little bit harder to fight. Let's see. Yeah, this wouldn't be so bad. Bring our horsemen over. Let's do some bow attacks here and see what we can do. Nice. Ooh, and we took some. Okay. Kind of going tit for tat there a little bit. Bring our foot pad up around, perhaps like this. Let's see, what kind of damage could we do here? I'd like to whittle this down a little more. Let's see. Nice. Very nice. Okay. Now I think we can get a one-shot if we... Yeah, so if we land, we're going to get the kill. So let's try it. Perfect. Okay, that's great. Now, let's see if we can move in with our lance and do some work with Arvith. We just have to be careful because, of course, if Arvith goes down, we lose. So obviously we don't want that to happen. So let's try and soften him up with some spear attacks here if we can. Maybe. I just have to be careful because, of course, we don't want our units taking a ton of extra punishment here. Yeah, we're not doing that. Let's do this. Here we go. Nice. Okay, well, we did a little bit. We took some, but we did a fair bit of damage there. Okay, now if we bring Arvith in, we're still not going to get a one hit. I'd like to get it to the point where one hit from our attack is going to kill him. So now let's try again with our sling. Nice, there's some damage. Perfect, okay. Now he's in a position where one hit from Arvith will get the kill, so let's try it out. Perfect, that's exactly what we needed. Okay. Now, it'd be great to level this unit up if at all possible. But I'm really tempted to move this footpad off and then move this unit up to the village, actually. I think that's what I'm going to do. So then we'll move him up to the village, and then we can start ganging up on this scout. So we'll do our sling attack. Nice, we did some... Nice, 2 hits. That's perfect. All right, and then we're going to try a little bit of... cavalry work here, I think. Ooh, low chance, but if we hit, it's massive damage. Oh, miss. Nice. Okay, we got the hit. And then if we can get the kill here, that would be amazing. We're going to have to hit twice, which is kind of low odds. If we do get the kill, though, we would level up, I think. You know what? Oh, I don't want to sacrifice this guy, so I was going to say I could move him up and attack and throw a javelin or something, but I think I want to make sure he's healthy, so I'm going to send him down to heal at this village. Meanwhile, this horseman unfortunately can't really help out. What he could do, though, is step up on the road here and go and fight. I'm just a little hesitant about sending him in by himself. I suspect if I do that, he's going to come under pretty vicious attack. And you can see that our horsemen actually are at a disadvantage when they're in the woods. They prefer to be on the open ground or in a village. That said, if I step up this way, you know, I could put some real hurt on this unit. I mean, if I hit both, I'm going to get the kill. So much experience, though. I don't want to risk this unit, so I don't think I'll do that. All right, let's try it. Let's just hope we get lucky and hit twice. Nope. Nope. Well, we hit once. So now, for sure, if this unit gets a kill, he's going to level up. And because he's on the village, he should get his health back, or at least a good chunk of his health back. Trying to see. Maybe I could park this guy sort of in the open. Yeah, kind of like this. You know what, though? I actually... might be better to keep him there, because otherwise they could come down and steal my village from me. So I think we'll just keep it as is. And then we got to get Arvith back to our base so we can recruit another unit or recall a unit or something like that. This is a pretty challenging mission, though, because there's... look at these. Oof. Our foot pad. No! I hope he doesn't die. Okay. Still alive. Oh, he died. Jeez. And that's really unfortunate because he had quite a lot of experience and had the potential to evolve there, but yeah, that's the thing with the Battle for Wesnoth. And again, in my experience, in my opinion, you do have to be willing to lose some units, which I find very frustrating at times because my instinct is to always try to keep my units alive. And of course, you know, you can argue about, you know, maybe I didn't make the best decisions there, but, and I would agree with you. But the point being that you do often have to be willing to sacrifice your units, which can be really tough to do. All right, let's try and get the kill with our spear, and if we do get one hit, we're going to level up. So let's, I think that'll give us enough experience, so let's try it. Excellent, okay. So our unit's now leveled up, and it's going to become either a swordsman, a pikeman, or a javelineer. So when you see that the experience turns purple here, that means that this is kind of the final form. Whereas if it's blue, that means that when this unit gets enough experience, it will actually level up one more time. Or I should say, it's going to level up either way, but if it levels up from blue experience, it has a chance to evolve again. Whereas if I go javelineer, this is kind of like an end stage class, if you will. I think because we're fighting largely horsemen, I'm going to grab a pikeman here out of this. I think that would be better as we're going to do pikeman, or we're going to do pierce damage instead of blade damage. So let's grab a pikeman. There we go. Okay, now for the rest of our units here. We can get our bowmen involved a little bit. Again, they're in the woods, which is making this really tough. Ouch. Oh, and again, yeah, that maybe wasn't the wisest choice. So, unfortunately, now we're faced with yet another Tier 2 unit, so we're definitely in tough here. This is not easy for us. We could charge in and go after this woes, but... look at that. Crush damage is devastating, so I think we're going to hold off on that. I think instead we want to just try and put some work in on these horsemen here. So, you know what? Let's see if maybe we can... get our horsemen in here to actually help us out a bit. So we're going to step up like this. I think what we'll do is we'll bring our... we're going to bring our spearmen around like this. I want to try and get at least one hit. Oh, we missed all of our hits. Thankfully, he missed all of his, too. We'll step up like this. We'll go for some damage. Very nice. Oh, wow, and we got the kill. Okay, so now this unit is 1 kill away from leveling up, which would be excellent. And then... Well, one thing I suppose we could do is we could step over like this with our foot pad. Put some work in here on this scout. There we go. And then let's try for big damage here. And if we get 1 hit, we're going to get the kill. Very nice. Okay, we got the kill. That's exactly what we needed. We can move our foot pad in like this. Oof, that's pretty scary. 11 damage. 30% chance to hit, which is low, but we just got to do some damage to this guy. Okay, he didn't hit us, thank goodness. Arvith, we're going to send back to our base to start recruiting additional units. And then I think our horsemen we're going to have to just send in. Oh, this feels kind of like a not worth the risk because, again, 13 damage on 3 hits, 60% chance to hit me, whereas I only have a 40% chance. Mind you, I will do 22. Oh, this is a big gamble. Let's do it. Oh. Oh, and we missed. Oh, and we took a hit. Thankfully, we only took 1 hit, which is good, because otherwise that would have been not so fun. I think I'll recruit a spearman, even though it's going to cost me more, because he's loyal. I think that'll actually save me money in the long term, so we will recall spearman here. So it would be great to level this horseman up. That would give us a huge advantage here. We're going to leave this guy down there to just keep healing a little bit more. And that'll do it for our turn. Boy, this is tough, though. Fighting these level 2 units when I only have mostly level 1 units is not going so well. Oh, and if this unit goes down, that would really suck. He's now quite leveled up, or has quite a lot of experience, so if I can get him a kill, he will level up, I think. Okay. Alright, so here's the start of our next turn. Alright, so we definitely need to kill off this Elvish Rider. Let's take a look at him a bit. Let's see if there's anything special about him. Yeah, so he's susceptible to pierce because he's on a horse. Other than that, nothing too fancy. So I definitely want to try and hit him with some pierce damage if possible. This unit, it would be great to try and get a kill and level up. Same goes for this one. If we can get a kill with him, that would be fantastic. Boy, you know what? It would be great to do this. This. There we go. That's great. And then with this unit, we could go for the pike damage here, which is pretty massive. Suppose we could also try and do some big hits on the Elvish Rider here. What I'm thinking, though, is that if I can hit this guy for some big damage, I might be able to get a kill with the sling here attack, and that would then allow me to level up, which would be pretty fantastic. I really don't like leaving the level 2 unit alive, but I do want to level this guy up, so that would also heal him fully. When a unit evolves, they get fully healed. Oh. Okay, we at least got 1 hit. That's better than nothing, I suppose. And then, yeah, we'll move our cavalry. Oh, that's going to one-shot him. You know, this is a big risk, too, because if he hits us once, we're dead. So maybe I actually shouldn't try for that attack. Maybe I should just go for the kill with our horseman here. Let's try it. Oh, miss. Oh, double miss, and we took some damage. That's not great. Alright, well, now we've also got this Ent to deal with, which is kind of problematic. Or, excuse me, a Woes. I've been calling it an Ent, but it's a Woes. Yeah, you know what? We'll send this spearman. And again, remember that pretty resistant to most of our attacks, so we have to watch out for that. I think with both of our horsemen, I think we're just going to go after the rider here. See if we can soften him up for some damage. So let's bring our rider over here and just try it. Nice, we got a hit. Oh, and we lost him. Jeez, now that really hurt us. Yikes. All right, we're going to try again. Nice, okay. We did at least get one level up there. So we can either become a knight or a lancer. So the lancer is kind of the end stage here. We would do 13 damage on 3 lance attacks. You get charge. When used defensively, this attack deals double damage to the target. It also causes this unit to take double damage from the target's counterattack. Knight would get a sword and a lance with charge, and the opportunity to level up again. So I'm going to probably take the knight here. Yeah, I think I'll take the knight. Okay, that's excellent. We really needed that. It's just, oh, it's such a shame that I lost that other unit. And again, that was probably a bit of a blunder on my part, I would say. All right, we'll send the spearman over like this. See if we can put some work in on this unit. Nope, no luck there. I guess we'll just park right there. Meanwhile, this little guy can just do some sling damage here. Which, unfortunately, this unit's going to heal up from anyway. And then, you know what? Maybe Arvith can come in and put some work in. Oof. Yeah, you know what, though? Look at that damage. I don't know if I want to risk that. With our sword, we would do enough to almost get the kill if we hit every time. But I think we'll have to leave Arvith back just because it's not worth the risk. And you know what? Maybe this guy will actually send him up, even though he's not fully healed. We're gonna need all bodies up front, I think. What I maybe should have done is used Arvith to try to kill off this scout. Because the scout's probably gonna kill my footpad there. Okay, thank goodness we didn't die. Okay, and we didn't die there either, thank goodness. Oh, we lost our spearman, though. Yeah, well, losing that leveled up horseman, that was a big mistake. Because again, if I had gotten him to level up, I would have had 2 really strong knights to work with. Instead, I just have the 1 and then Arvith. Now, if I can level this guy up, that's going to be huge. So it would be great to just do some damage to this guy, weaken him a bit, and then let me get the kill with my sling or my club. That would be ideal, the ideal situation, but I don't know if that's going to be feasible. Okay, so our knight... Might want to use our knight on the woes, because the woes is really going to be a tough customer. So let's do that. We'll go in with our sword here. Suppose we could do our lance attack, but then look at the damage he could do to me. So I think we'll do our sword attack here. Oh, and we missed one. 80% chance to hit, and we missed. Ugh. At least we hit the other 3 times. That's good. Now, since we've done some damage, we should probably push and keep trying to get the kill. So I'm going to send my horsemen in, even though we're going to take a ton. I think what I'm going to do is try for a bit of a combination of attacks here. Now let's see, can we... I don't know for sure if I can level up just from doing attacks and getting damage. I might have to actually get a kill, but I'm not 100% sure. I can't remember. Let's just do some damage and see what happens. Okay, we're at 34 now, so yeah, getting a kill gives you a big boost, obviously. This pikeman, the pikeman can move up and go. Yeah, you know what? We'll do this. Perfect. Excellent. Okay, and we got the kill. That's exactly what I needed to happen there. Move this guy up and go for the scout. Nice, big damage. Come on, one more. Oh, not quite. Just really hoping for another hit there. Suppose we could try again for some damage. What I'm really hoping for is that we could get a one hit here with 9 damage and get the kill, and that way I avoid the risk of the crush damage. So what I'd like to maybe do is... Yeah, you know what? Let's step in and throw our javelin. Okay, perfect. Now we can try for the kill. Excellent. Okay, that worked out really, really well. And then we have our little footpad here, who we unfortunately can't quite get here because the enemy unit's kind of in the way. But we could step in and protect our footpad who's leveling up, potentially going to level up soon, like this, and then do some damage with our sling, maybe. Although we're going to probably take more than we dish out. Yeah. Unfortunate. Meanwhile, Arvith, again, might need to get involved, but for now, we're going to leave him back, as we're going to have enough gold next turn to do something with, so that'll end our turn. Thankfully, though, we are starting to kind of thin out the enemy units that are coming at us. Oh, and we're going to lose another horseman. Oh, that hurts. Yikes, and our knight's taking some damage, too. That's not good. I must admit, this is quite challenging. Alright, well, now it's getting to be nighttime, so right now no one has an advantage, but very soon we'll be at a massive disadvantage. I think part of the problem is I've gotten bogged down in fighting in the woods, which is kind of where my... again, where I'm at a big disadvantage, so that's part of the issue here. Alright, let's try for some... Nice. Perfect. Okay, and we got the kill with our pikemen. Our knight, we might want to actually go park on a village just to get some health back. So we really don't want to lose our knight, so let's do that. That'll also free it up a bit that we can move some of our footpads around in here. Okay, so we've got ourselves an Elvish Fighter. Let's see what he's kind of weak against. Nothing in particular, but he's not really resistant to anything other than he's a little bit weak to arcane, but other than that, nothing special. So we're just going to have to kind of 1v1 him with some of our spearmen, I think. Now, we can recruit another unit. Let's see, if we wait another turn, we could recall somebody. This bowman does have some experience, but none of these units are loyal, so they're gonna cost us upkeep. So might be worth just recruiting a new unit, actually. Saving a bit of gold on that. So we could save up for a horseman. Unfortunately, it would take us 2 more turns because right now we are getting 6, which would give us 22, and it's going to cost 23. But as night is coming, maybe we grab another footpad. Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. There's another footpad for us. All right, so now let's try and get rid of this pesky horseman here. Sit there. Do some spear damage, hopefully. No such luck. Okay, that's kind of unfortunate. This unit, again, we want to level him up. We don't want to put him in an extreme amount of risk. I'm almost tempted to send him back just to keep him safe. Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. Don't want to risk it. I've already lost units that were already highly leveled up, so I don't want to do that again. I'm not liking this. I'm not liking this, so... But I don't really have much of a choice. I guess I could move over here. Yeah, you know what? We can go over and fight this guy. He's going to have 4 opportunities to hit me, which I don't really like. But... Okay, we dodged most of them, thank goodness. And... You know what? I think we're going to send Arvith up just to assist. And then we'll end our turn there. If we can clear out these couple of units here, we're going to have the opportunity to really press forward. Make up some time and some ground here. Oh, and our spearman... Oh, and our spearman went down. He almost had a chance to level up there. Nice. Okay, our knight healed up. That's really good for us. And our footpad got some health back, which is great. Now we can take a bit... We can take a little bit more risk with him. So... I think what we'll do is we'll move our knight over like this. Go for a nice big lance attack here. Maybe before we do that, though, let's kind of step up like this. You know what, we're going to undo that. We want our if our footpad goes there and gets the kill here, he's going to level up, which would be amazing. What if we step up here? I mean, okay, we might accidentally get the kill if we hit more than once, so I don't know if I want to do that either. So what I'd ideally like to do is whittle down his health a little bit. Maybe we could go for our sling here. We're probably not going to hit both. I mean, we might, but probably not. Okay, perfect, perfect. Now, let's try for the kill here. Come on. Yes, okay. Excellent. So we've leveled up and evolved into an outlaw who does quite a bit. You can see a lot more damage with the melee attack and has a pretty decent ranged attack as well on the side here. We'll just go take a look at him. So, kind of like a more advanced bandit, as you can see here. So, weak to blade, impact, and pierce, but really benefits from being in the forest or in a castle or in the mountains. So, good chances to dodge hits. Now, with our other units here, again, we really want to get rid of this unit. That would be preferable. So let's kind of go after him here. No such luck. A little frustrating. All right, we'll try for a lance attack here. See if we can do some big damage. Ooh, miss. Perfect. Okay, at least we got the hit there on the second attack. Oof. Come on. Oh, we didn't get the kill. That's a shame. When I almost forgot about this footpad, so we'll get him involved here. And then our knight up here can go for the nice lance attack. Nice. Okay, at least we hit once. Oof, we took some punishment though. Okay, we're gonna end our turn there. I expect he's gonna recruit another unit here. Yep, there it is. Although, thankfully, these 3 units that we're fighting down here are really the only ones left. Okay, there we go. 1 kill. Oh, 2 kills. Boy, that footpad's just a champ. Okay, we're going to send this footpad up to basically go and heal. Although, maybe we could weaken this one down and have a chance to evolve again. That would be pretty slick if we could do that. You know what? Let's try it. Do some damage there. Do a little bit more over here, perhaps. Again, this is a big risk because our health is quite low there, but... Just trying to see. So, we do 7 damage on 3 attempts. Or 11 damage on 2, but we have a pretty low chance to hit. I think the sling is the better option. To get more attacks. Oh, and we missed all of them. Dang it. We'll go down here. Let's try for the sling again. Nice. Okay, now, here's the big question. Fortunately, we'd have to hit twice, so I just don't think that's worth the risk. Because here, you can see, if we attack and we do 6 damage, which is a low chance to hit, we're not going to get the kill. And, of course, if he hits us once, we're dead. So, I'm going to actually run off here and hide. Or run off and heal, I should say. And with this unit, I'm going to grab this one. So that's going to augment our gold income quite a bit, which is great. And then let's see if we can get the kill. And I'm going to use my sword. Just because I have more chances to hit, maybe. Although the lance... kind of a tough call. I mean, basically, if I get a hit with the lance, he's dead. Whereas with the sword, I'd have to hit him twice. Let's do the damage calculation here. So, if we... So from our sword, we have a great, there's a 64% chance that we're going to get the kill. I think that's with the sword, not with the lance. You know what? Okay, so hang on. That's the lance. If we flip up here, what is it? What is the difference? Okay, there. So now that's with the sword. Before that was with the lance. So we only have a 52% chance to get the kill. Whereas with the lance, we have a 64% chance to get the kill. So let's do the lance. Perfect. Okay, that worked out for us. So now next turn, we'll probably send Arvith back down to recruit additional units if need be. And then we can start sending the rest of our troops, again, further north here. So there we go. Alright, so he's sending his single unit down to attack us, but we now have the numbers advantage, which is great. I think we'll send this guy up to heal. He's in pretty rough shape, our pikeman. He took a lot of damage, took a lot of punishment. And then we'll send the rest of our units just kind of north like this. There we go. Our footpad here is going to probably just continue to hang out. Although, you know, we could actually head up to the village here, but I think we'll just keep right there. And then when they come down, we can keep fighting. We could go park ourselves kind of, yeah, in the right here. Unfortunately, he's probably going to just walk right here, but okay. Pretty good. Oh, and of course I moved Arvith up. I forgot that he's our leader. You know what? That's fine, though. I don't think we're going to need a ton of extra units here, and it's really nice having him with. So, worst case scenario, I can always send him back down to recruit some extra units if need be. Oh, no. Don't die. Okay, good. He didn't die. That would have been a real shame if our footpad here had gone down. So, I want to do some damage. So, you know what? Let's do this. And we'll go for some sling damage here. Very nice. Okay, that actually worked out extremely well. So we're going to do 4 on 2 if we hit. So we're going to have to whittle him down more. And again, we want to try and level up our unit there. So that's a big part of this game, is just trying to get your units to evolve, really, and get to the next tier of unit, basically. All right, we're going to try it, and let's see if we can get the kill. Oh, and we didn't. That really sucks. Okay, so you know what? We're just going to get the kill with one of our other units here. I think we'll actually use Arvith himself to get the kill, and we'll use our sword just because we have more opportunities. Perfect, okay. Meanwhile, our knight here, we're going to advance to the furthest away village. And this footpad we're going to just send up. Meanwhile, this guy, I think he's good to keep moving. Again, we got lots of villages we can try to grab. That's going to do it for our turn. He's going to probably, yeah, there goes another unit. So he's always coming down himself to engage. Ouch. We took some punishment there. Come on, men. Let's catch those kidnappers. All right, so we're now in combat with the enemy leader, Nilgallion. So Nilgallion is an Elvish Rider, which again is a level 2 unit. So we're going to need to move in and deal with that. So we'll advance our units up further here. We'll grab this. And you know what? We can walk right up the middle with our pikemen there. Arvith himself could get involved, but we do have to be kind of careful with Arvith because, of course, we don't want him to die. And you know what? We'll send this guy over to grab this village just because we're kind of in that area. So yeah, I think Arvith will actually keep kind of back here. Meanwhile, let's see. Holy, if we hit, we're going to do 45 damage. That's amazing. Let's try it. Nice, and we hit. That's fantastic. And you know what? We could actually try for the kill here. Yeah, you know what? Let's do it. So we'll send Arvith in. We've got basically, if we do 10 damage with one of our hits, we're going to get the kill. So let's try it. Perfect. There it is. Foolish human. You have killed me, but you will not catch the undead in time. I have fulfilled my contract and will be reanimated soon to become a lord of their armies. Follow their back trail. Okay, so now our objective has changed. The chase. Victory. Catch the kidnappers. Our defeat is still death of Arvith, or if our turns run out. We've got 13 turns left. So now, as we've killed off the enemy leader, our victory condition has changed, and we might actually be able to occupy this Again, because I'm expecting we're probably going to have more fighting up there. If we can get to this castle, we might actually be able to produce units there with Arvith. So, I think that's how that works. We're going to give that a try. So that's it for our turn. We're going to end it right there. Okay, and here comes the scout. Thankfully, we dodged the attacks there. We'll send our little spearmen over to grab that village. You can see now the villages have become neutral, which is kind of good. All right, let's do some work here with our pikemen. Oh, and we missed all of our attacks, of course. Boy, if we hit once, death. Let's try it. Man, we've gotten lucky. And you know what? We're actually getting quite a lot of experience with Arvith, which isn't so bad. This guy, we're going to run up here and grab this village. And then we're going to just move our units north here. The knight... Again, we have to be careful. Our knight is in rough shape, so we might actually just keep our knight kind of back. And this one we want to keep in the woods there for the extra defense that provides. Yeah, I think we're good there. Okay, so this little guy can just start moving north. Again, he's going to be a while till he gets to catch up with me, but in the meantime here, we can send this one up to grab this village. So our outlaw, this footpad, can head up there. And there, we're going to stick to the woods to try to have a bit more defense for our footpad units there. Arvith can charge up there, and again, we want to see if we can get Arvith over here to potentially summon some additional units, or recruit additional units, I should say. Send our knight up. He's healed a little bit more. I think that's going to do it for that turn. So now we'll grab this village. Although, you know what? Maybe we'll go like this, and then we'll send him up to see what he can see. We might just have to make a beeline for it, actually. I don't actually know for sure if we are going to need to summon additional units or not. Grab this village, though. And we'll head over there. We might want to grab this one, too, just for the extra gold. Heal up a little bit, and we'll send our... Yeah, it would probably be wise to send Arvith over here, just in case we need to summon additional units. Want to play that a little bit safer. All right, we'll end our turn there. Okay, nice. So nothing crazy has happened yet. We're going to head over and try to grab that village. And then, now let's see. Can we recruit a unit? We can. Okay, so anytime we're in a keep of any kind, I guess, we can recruit units. So in this instance, we could recall one of our old units or recruit a new one. I think I'm going to hold off, though, because, again, I don't want to spend the gold if I'm not going to need the unit. That wouldn't really be very efficient of me. So instead, what we'll do is we'll just keep moving north. And again, remember, the more gold we have... Ooh, I see them. There they are. So, Regrian has made contact. Oh, it's some undead. Curses. If they had been an hour slower, our master's reinforcements would already be here to meet us. Kill the Dark Adept before his reinforcements arrive. We've got 9 turns to do it. Okay, so what has he got here? He's got... Oh. He's got some level 2 units guarding him. Revenant. So Revenant is an evolved skeleton. Yikes. Okay. So highly resistant to cold and pierce damage, but susceptible to impact damage. So this is where our outlaw is going to come into play, because he's got impact-based damage. We also fire, but of course we don't have that. And blade, resistant, but less resistant than pierce. So we might have to use our knights for that. So, you know what? I'm actually glad that I brought Arvith up here. We're gonna recruit maybe another horseman, or we could recall one of our bowmen, I guess, that are kind of leveled up here. And this one is quick. I think that means he's going to have a little bit more movement. So maybe we'll do that. I mean, again, it might not be worth spending the gold. It's like, what do we have here? Let's just take stock. So we've got 2 level 2 units. He's got 2 level 2 units. I mean, we could probably ignore them and just go straight for the adept. If we can kill the adept, we might not even have to fight these two, which might actually be the strategy. So maybe I'll save my money. Oh, that's kind of risky, but maybe I'll just save my money. And that way I have a chance to have additional. Yeah, you know what? And we'll bring Arvith up. We're gonna gamble. We're gonna roll the dice there. My gamble is that I'm gonna try to keep more gold available so that when I hopefully win this one, I'll have more to carry over. Oh, okay, and the adept's actually gonna come at me, so that's making things a heck of a lot easier. So here's gonna be the play. We're gonna just try to bypass those revenants and go straight for the adept. So now, here we go. Okay. Oh, if we hit him once, he's basically dead. Let's try it. Perfect. Ha! You have captured me, but it will avail you nothing. I sent your precious brother, the mage, north with half my men a day since. He will be safely locked away in our master's dungeons by now. My blade is at your throat. Give us the way to my brother now, or I will spill your wretched blood on the ground. 3 days' ride to the northeast in a deserted castle. The passwords to the guards are Hammock and Drakenal. Find him and take him with us. If he has played us false, he will die. Captain, what are we riding into? I thought you wanted nothing to do with Baran anymore. Not since Tone Carrick. I'm no longer sure. What's between us remains, but knowing someone else has laid hands on him changes things. Mount up and let's get moving. Okay, so I'm glad I didn't spend that extra gold because that was the end of it right there. We didn't even have to fight the revenants, and we were able to achieve victory here. So let's take a look. We've emerged victorious. We had 110 gold remaining. We finished 7 turns early. Early finish bonus is 19 per turn. Our total bonus is 133. Our total gold, 243. We're carrying over 40% of that gold, so we're going to have 97 bonus gold to start the next scenario with, on top of our defined minimum starting gold. So for every scenario, you have a set amount that you're going to start with, and then you add on whatever you're carrying over. So all in all, I think that went pretty well. It's just, it's a shame that we weren't able to convert that other horseman into a knight, because having 2 knights in addition to Arvith would have been amazing. And from a story perspective, some pretty interesting things going on. It sounds like Arvith has some history with his brother, and there's been quite the rift. And that was hinted at in the first scenario, but obviously now we're getting a little bit more into it. So it'll be interesting to see what happens next. Now let's see, can we save this one here? There we go. No, I don't want to quit. What I want to do is save. So we're going to save the game. We're going to say that this one is completed. All right, well, that does it for scenario 2 of A Tale of Two Brothers. As always, guys, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one.